Okie dokie artichoke. Welcome to 13 Moons, 28th of March, 2025. I know that for a lot of you, the energy is really intense. We have an eclipse tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. And we have quite a few of you who are also in Unravel as well. So there's just like this double whammy of unraveling, of unlearning, of unbecoming. And also, the beauty of that is that we're creating spaciousness. For those of you who are tired, Joanna, I'm looking at you. It's an opportunity for you to look at your life, look at your experiences, look at your schedule, and see where you can find gaps and spaces for spaciousness. Can you invite simplicity into your daily or weekend activities? Hi, baby. Can you invite nature into your weekend? Can you invite a no thank you to that barbecue invitation that you said yes to 3 weeks ago, and now you're like, oh my God, these people don't know what eclipses do. They won't understand. Yeah, it's a very not so gentle. This is a firm reminder that this is your life and you don't have to do any fucking thing that you don't want to do. And I see you, some of you are already doing it, hence why Cheryl's sitting on Stephanie's couch. Ah, beautiful. I'm about to smoke myself out with this incense, but it's good. Trying to figure out if we should do the energy clearing and then the cards or the other way around. I think we'll do the clearing first. And anyone who wants to lie down and pass out and enjoy the juicy little mini nap, you're so welcome to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Get yourselves comfy. I have to blow my nose, I'm sorry. There's not lipstick all over my face. So this is an active breathing practice. So, but if you do just fall into rest state, that's okay. You can listen to it again and learn from there. Closing your eyes if you feel safe and able to do so. It's already beginning. What I want you to do is simply witness the landscape of your body right now. And if that feels a little bit too big, perhaps an invitation to just feel the skin on your body. Feel how this beautiful vessel holds and cocoons you, supports you and structures you, anchors you. How the soles of your feet touch Mama Gaia and allow you to return home to your full consciousness. As we begin this practice, I want to ask and request that you bring your energy, awareness, and attention to your heart portal at the center of your chest. And just breathe a little bit deeper there. knowing that there's no right or wrong way to breathe. You just do what feels good for you. And as you breathe, feeling the heart, is there an ache in there? Is there a desire for more? Do you feel restricted and closed off? Allowing the sacredness of your own breath to open the heart, to lovingly allow it to remember that it's safe to open, safe to expand, safe to be fully seen. It's safe to take risks. And it's also safe to be settled in the comfortable reality that is. Life doesn't have to be fireworks and kisses in the rain. Sometimes it's the gentle mundane of knowing that someone's going to wash the dishes or pick the kids up from school, that your dog will greet you at the door when you get home. Those simple, pleasurable moments of a life. The way the flowers bloom on the porch, the way the sun greets you every morning. Manare se te e meanara kotoro sotoro monoro kotara te e se amana. What I'd like you to do is to feel a beautiful sphere in your chest, a golden, green, or pink ball, and just allow every breath to expand so that eventually your full physical body and your energetic field will be surrounded by a bubble of your own love. Morea katri isi amanarate isi atre e mianarayate e yawe anorosoto. Manara sate isi atre amanara katri isi atre amanarosotoro toro mananianare katri sete teatro. Isakate yamoso kotro osotro monianare katri sete. Kitatoro mosotro mosate ese amana mare mana yam yeshete esiato usukotoro umanianare iketere isa isakata isato usotomo ase eta esamana ate ese amanarate esakatoro mona. Feeling your energy and your awareness expanding with the heart. From this place of being safely cocooned, I want you to feel and visualize a layer of eggshell around the outside of your heart bubble. You could imagine the golden egg of Magdalene, or simply the strength of an eggshell, a dinosaur egg, if you will. Allow this eggshell to become a full crust around your heart, around this bubble. Creating protection, honoring, anchoring, and safety within the vessel. Knowing that the membranes of this eggshell will allow any excess energy to filtrate out, but nothing that is not of your highest good can enter into the space now. And from this place now, we're going to feel and visualize a beautiful magnetic, very thin layer of metal around the eggshell. And this is kind of like non-stick. It's Teflon type. Anything that comes slides right off. Anything that needs to leave still can penetrate and exit through the membranes. Marake ese atromo nare te ese katare ikatari amo sotoromo sotoromo soto. Excellent. We have two more layers. The next layer is a two-way mirror. Spherical, complete, surrounding the other layers, reflecting the mercy and grace of your own magnificence back onto you, amplifying your abundance, connection, freedom, amplifying the magnificence of your Holy Spirit, and at the same time, drawing and magnetizing any energies that are not yours, any past life imprints that no longer need to be there are being drawn out and expelled. And anyone who comes at you, anything that is not of the highest good, will walk straight up to that mirror and see themselves more clearly. Anything that is sent will be returned to sender, and you are impenetrable, untouchable, protected, and safe. Now, last and final layer. If you can feel and visualize this, there's a space between the mirror of air and then a beautiful ring of fire surrounding this whole spherical activation. And you can imagine your dragons illuminating. You can imagine your witch self activating this fire. You can imagine the element of fire holding the space here now, burning away, completely returning and recycling anything that needs to go back to Gaia, back to source. And once again, letting that fire forge the pathway forward for you so that you know who you are without a shadow of a doubt, the truth of who you are, not other people's projections, not other people's expectations, just you, your soul's truth speaking through you to you. Feel that fire now. Let it engulf everything that we want to wash away today. Manarate isiato isike esatoro umo nyandra eketre isate isate isate. Mayandara esieti yato usuto manyandra ekete isato. Manyana esete moreama miandroto moya moyarete. Mairi keoto. Mosiate iketri isate umonara ate isate 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 imianarate. Mosia ketri isi ketri amanara ketri isi ketri amonoroto usote. These layers have been gifted to us by the energy and frequency of the Magdalenes. And you have permission to activate and enliven this technology every day of your life to bring protection and to maintain your energetic frequency. Allowing yourself in this moment just to witness how you felt before and how you feel now. The strength in your own visualization, the strength in your ability to perceive yourself, and how effortless it is to become able to hold, support, love, nurture you. Once we know what to do, we become an impenetrable force of sacred wisdom. Now, what I'd like you to do, instead of going down on the big journey into the earth, I want you to just feel that through activating this technology that you have opened up that pillar of light. Feel as if around the flames there is a huge broad tree or a huge broad pillar, goes all the way down into the earth, anchoring you deeply onto this planet, and travels all the way up to source consciousness, expanding, enlivening, opening, and satisfying all parts of you. Moria kadri isi kadri amandara kadri isi ter iti amonroto usutrumo nara kadri siti torosutrumo nanandre tre isi te amora usutrumorate. From this place, I want you to just let go of any of the visualizations. Allowing them to stay stabilized. And what we're going to do is called a triangulation vortex breathing practice. Sounds way more complicated than it is. I want you to feel and visualize yourself drawing the light of God down into the crown of your head. And once you've drawn this light into the body, we're then going to push it forward through the different chakra points in the body. So, because our first point of entry is the crown, we bring the light of source consciousness into the crown, allow it to swirl and open, unwind and unravel. And then we're going to feel as if you're drawing a triangle, taking that light out of the top of the forehead and then letting it go back up into source consciousness. So often when we clear our energy centers, we return everything to Gaia. But what I want in this moment is to activate the illumination and awareness that source consciousness can also hold us. Source consciousness, God, the word that I like to use, will always hold you in all that you are. The God that I know and love is not the same God from the Bible who will smite you for making a mistake. This is a loving God, a loving frequency. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bring the energy into the crown, and then we're going to send it out from the front of the forehead and then triangulate it back up into source. We're going to do this 3 times for every chakra. So bringing the light back down into the crown. And all I do is just inhale, draw the light in, feel it there a moment, and then exhale, and the light goes out in front of me and then back up to source. Breathing in again, feeling the crown open, feeling that light travel out through the front of the face, and then triangulating back into source. Yeah, excellent. One more time, into the crown, hold it there, and then exhaling forward through the front of the face and then back up to source. Excellent. Your energy and intention is perfect. You don't have to get this exactly right. So the second point is going through the crown of the head down to the space where the third eye sits in the center of the head. Breathing in and then feeling this energy, this light moving into the crown, into the third eye, sorry, and then exiting the head and then traveling back up to source. Breathing in the light to the third eye, exhaling deeply and back to source. And again, breathing in to the central column, feeling that light move to the third eye, and then breathing out and back up to source. One more time, breathing in to the central channel, to the third eye, breathing out and returning to source. Excellent. This could make you experience like a very heady feeling, and that's totally normal. Just allow yourself to relax. And now we move down to our throat, breathing in through the crown of the head, down through the face to the throat. Hold there for a moment and then projecting that light out through the front of the neck and back up to source. And again, in through the crown, down to the throat, out the front of the throat, and back up to source. One more time. In through the crown of the head, down to the throat, exhaling deeply, and back up to source. Allow yourself to clear your throat or swallow there if there's anything coming up. In this moment, there feels like there's a lot on my throat, so I'm going to invite a beautiful lapis lazuli energy into the space now. Just as we breathe into the heart and expand it, I want you to feel a blue sphere in your throat. And as you breathe, this chakra expands, glows, grows. Beautiful. Excellent. Allowing that blue light, that blue sphere to permeate in and all around you. Taking one last big inhale and exhaling deeply. Hopefully that should feel a little bit more settled. There will be times when you do this where a certain area will require more love, and that's why it's beautiful to invite a crystal or a color and breathe into that sphere and allow it to expand so that it has space to let go. Now we move from the throat to the high heart, So this is about 2 centimeters below the joint of your collarbones. We're going to breathe that light from source down into the high heart, down to the collarbones. Feel everything opening up there. You can visualize flowers blooming and then exhaling deeply. Feeling it project out away from the body and up into source. Excellent. Inhaling again through the central column to the high heart. Exhaling away from the body and back up to source. Excellent. One more time, breathing in, down from source. Breathing that life force energy into the vessel. Holding it there, allowing it to illuminate and open, and then exhaling through the front body and back up to source. Moria kadre ise katra muto yamyasa ate e kiatro umonoro te isite. Isato usotoro sotoro sotoro usate. One more time, breathing that life force energy in from source into the vessel, all the way to thy heart. And then exhaling deeply. And up. Excellent. Now, next point of focus is the heart portal. Just the center between your chest, between your breasts. Breathing down into the body, into the heart portal. Allowing opening here, allowing consciousness to spread here, and then exhaling deeply out the front. And returning to source. Excellent. One more time. Sorry, 2 more times. Into the heart. Out through the front of the chest. And up to source. Excellent. One more time. In through the crown, into the central channel to the heart. And out the front. And back up to source. Now at the heart, we actually take 3 more breaths to open up the back of the heart. Most of you know that this is where our wings live. And so we're going to do the same thing, breathe down into the heart. And instead of exhaling out the front, we're going to exhale out the back between the shoulder blades and then return up to source. Emptying the lungs and breathing in now. Down into the heart portal. Just feel the back between the shoulder blades activating and illuminating. And then exhale outwards and up to source. Excellent. One more time, inhaling. Feeling your heart activate and illuminate. And then breathing out the back. And returning to source. Excellent. One more time, breathing in through the central channel to the heart portal, feeling everything opening like a DNA, like an atomic structure, opening, 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 and then breathing out through the back body and then returning to source. Excellent. Isato, 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 isato. Excellent. Moving down to our sexy solar plexus. This is the center of the body that holds your emotions, allowing you to feel, process, and be with your feelings. So sometimes when we breathe into this space, there might be an illumination of feelings, just allowing anything that arises in this moment, knowing that you are safe. This space lives about an inch above your belly button. And so we're going to breathe in down from source through the spinal column to the solar plexus, holding there for a moment, and then deeply breathing out, and then returning up to source. Excellent. Breathing in again through the spinal column to the solar plexus, holding there, feeling the opening, feeling like there's a spiral unraveling, yellow and gold. Breathing out and back up to source. Excellent. This might activate your digestion. Breathing down one more time from source to the solar plexus. Feeling the aliveness in the solar plexus and then opening up and expelling and then back up to source. Clearing through. And we're going to do this one more time, breathing down through the central channel to the solar plexus. And then exhaling deeply. And then back up to source. Just taking a few normal breaths for a moment. Allowing yourself to feel the recalibration happening throughout the body. Excellent, my loves. What I want you to do now is move to the sacral plexus. This is about an inch below the belly button. And your sacral governs your energy centers. Your sacral governs your connection to creativity, playfulness, pleasure, sexuality. Your libido is operated from this space. And your ability to connect deeply with yourself and others lives here. So we're going to bring that energy all the way down deep into the sacral. And then feel this energy open and expand. And then we exhale out and then allow it to return up to source. Excellent. Breathing in one again, the light from source to the sacral. Exhaling deeply. And then returning again to source. Allowing a few regular breaths to recalibrate before we do our last one. Excellent. And last time for the sacral, breathing in down through the spinal column. Exhaling deeply. And returning to source. Marikatri sitriam nurukotru sutru. Yasakutru sukutru sukutru sutati isikatri mandarikatri sitriam nurusutru sutru sutru manarati. Yam yanarati. Yam yisiti iketeri isati isati isati. Excellent. In this moment, before we move down to the root, I just want you to be with the body, just allowing, acknowledging, giving some love to yourself. When this breathing practice becomes a regular occurrence in your life, it will start to feel more easeful. And you will begin to be in a place where you're managing and clearing your own work field regularly. Okay, now breathing in all the way down from source through the spinal column to the base of the spine. And from this place, instead of going out as a triangle, I just want you to breathe that energy down through the legs and into the earth. Excellent. I'm going to do that 2 more times. In through the whole spinal column to the base. Hold. And then out, down, through the feet and into the earth. Excellent. And one more time. In through the front of the head, down through the central channel to the base of the spine. And exhale deeply out into the earth. Excellent. And allowing yourself on the next inhale to breathe down to the base of the spine. Holding here at the root. This is our place of belonging in the world. Safety, security, all live in this energy center. Breathing out deeply out in front of the body and up in that triangulation to source. Excellent. 2 more times in through the spinal channel. to the base. Exhaling deeply out through the front body. And then back up to source. Awesome. One more time. Down deep into the lower belly, into the base of the spine. Opening up like a beautiful red rose there, and then exhaling deeply out the front of the body. And then returning to source. Moriahte kitri setria monro sutro monarake esete. Allowing yourself to breathe normally. Allow the oxygen to reach the places it needs to. And give thanks to the feet and the knees. Feeling the illumination of that beautiful heart bubble around your body and all of the layers that are still there, sturdy and stable. Before we complete this practice, I want you to feel into the physical body. Is there any place that is aching, painful, where you have continuous pain? Or is your heart a little bit sore? Is there an emotion that you feel really strongly at the moment? And I want you to breathe into the place in the body that lives. And just share that breath, knowing that yours is the breath of a very wise healer. Breathing in again. Gifting your love, energy, and attention to the body. Breathing out. One more time, breathing into that space. Oh, and deeply exhaling. Excellent, excellent. In this moment now, just feeling the peace that lives in the body, feeling how you've created spaciousness for things that need to be illuminated and allowed space to move out. Feeling, witnessing, and allowing every part of you. Feel how judgment seems to have left the building. From this place, I'd like you to extend the invitation to yourself for judgment to stay away. What would it be like if you could spend the rest of just today, just the next few hours even, in a place of non-judgment? You've never done anything wrong. You've only been a human experiencing this incarnation for the first time. You learn and grow through every stumble. You are glowing and growing and grieving and healing. You are source consciousness wrapped up in the beautiful physical vessel that you live within. What if you could just sit in this place of acceptance, of loving awareness, of sanctuary, the sacredness of your vessel, and loving the sacredness of your mind, even when it whirs and whistles and woos and is too loud. It's all perfect. But when we start to decondition from judgment being our guiding force, we move from fear into love. And love leads us to stability. Love leads us to clarity. Love leads us home. Moyanara kete isete imianare ikatre isato osotro umanyanare ikatre isete. In this moment, we ground down into Mother Earth. We give thanks to Soul's consciousness for receiving us. We give thanks to this beautiful physical vessel as we ground down, allowing your breath to deepen and a little bit of movement. And as you return to this present moment with me, to this present moment with each other, grounded, clear, and safe. Marasia kiatre isete eto. Manyanara ate isete, isete, isete. Just gently returning, having some water if you have some. How are you all feeling? Sleepy. This is a practice that I learned in my early 20s, and it's something that I have not used for a really long time. But it's a really simple, powerful way to get in touch with the body, to breathe the life force into the body, and to just feel what's coming up for you. If you do it by yourself, you can take notes if you want to, like journal at each chakra, feel what's coming up. I found it quite challenging in the beginning to stay present. But as your frequency rises, you'll be able to focus for longer periods of time into certain things. So don't be surprised if you start and you get two chakras in and then your brain goes, yeah. Wait, that was actually a little bit longer than I thought it would be. So is everyone okay if we go a little bit over? Ooh, that felt really good. Okay, I have a few announcements and then I'm going to share these cards. So, where's my phone? Next Friday, directly before our 13 Moons call, I'm doing a special pop-up event which is called Psychic Upgrades, and it's going to be a 60-minute session with, like, we're going to get straight into it, like Arcturian frequency coming through to open up the DNA, the cellular levels, and allow us to open up and really feel able to be clairaudient, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairvoyant. And if you don't know what that means, it's clear seeing, clear hearing, clear knowing. And I love that because they just come in and they do their little cosmic surgery and it just, well, little, it's actually really big. So that is $55 if anyone would like to join, and we can do payment plans if anyone would like that. And the 50% off special to have a one-on-one with me ends in 2 days. So that is $200 for a one-on-one with me, but you need to book before the end of this month. We can have the session next month. Okay, thank you for announcements. No one ever needs to do anything. I have just recently learned that it's actually important for me to share the extra tidbits that I have on offer because for some of you, it is mind-blowing and magical and helpful. And I love deals. I also have space for two more mentoring, like one-on-one mentoring people. If any of you are open to wanting to know that, just message me. So the cards that I pulled today feel so juicy and exciting. And these have come as like a collective message for everyone. So some of them will resonate really strongly and some of them might not. The first card that I pulled was simplicity, and I will share these in the Telegram group as well. Excuse me. Oh, maybe I need some of that. It's been a very big week this weekend. I'm literally going to lie on the beach and compost myself. Okay. I'm going to just read this straight from the book because this frigging deck of cards is so powerful. It's by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Cheryl! And it is just so amazing. I actually feel like I need to record this so I can share it in the group. Simplicity. Life can sometimes become very complicated. The simplicity card comes when the demands of life start to overwhelm us. It's time to get back to basics. It's time to take a time out. So you have the space to breathe and the quiet to think. It's time for a full assessment of what is and is not working in your life right now. Are you overfilling your plate with too many tasks and errands? Are you involved in a complicated or emotionally draining relationship? Perhaps you have been working too much or taking too many classes, leaving no spare time for you. The simplicity card comes to ask what you give. The simplicity card comes to ask that you give your life an evaluation. Take the time out you need and start to get clear about what brings you sustenance in your life. While life may never be easy, your life does need to allow for a sense of ease. We can lose our sense of self and our inner connection to spirit when we are overwhelmed with the demands and happenings of the world around us. Spirit is calling you to begin making yourself a priority in your own life. They are asking that you put yourself in those things which help you feel closer to source in front of everything else. If you're a mum, your kids need to come first, but I'm sure you guys know that. You first, then the kids. You need a reprieve from the chaotic and hectic energy you're experiencing right now. When you're in touch with yourself and with Source, it helps to make life more manageable. It helps you to feel steady on your feet and aids you in removing those things which do not align with your highest good. It also frees your energy, so you have plenty to give to those things which you do choose to keep in your life. That feels incredibly relevant for myself, and I'm sure it does for a lot of you. And these fractal images are things that we can look at, and it's like a meditation piece as well. Okay, the second card is assistance, which I'm pretty sure it's going to say we all need a little help at some time. So the assistance card says we all need a little help at one point or another in our lives. Rest assured, help is on the way for you. There is a huge inpouring of divine and angelic assistance coming to you now. This card appears for you today to let you know that your need for help has been acknowledged. Whether you have directly asked for aid or not, the universe is stepping forward on your behalf. This assistance can come in many forms. Sometimes it comes in the form of another person. We do not necessarily have to know them personally for them to influence our lives. Through a series of divinely organized coincidences, a complete stranger can make their way into our personal world, providing the help we so greatly need. At other times, it may be our closest friends who lovingly step forward to assist us. However, we can also experience a sudden shift in circumstances which occurs for no logical reason. This can happen to certain individuals who may be having difficulty with. This can happen to certain individuals who we may be having difficulty with. Either something energetically shifts in them, or we suddenly understand how we are to deal with that person. No matter how it happens, it is spirit working in your life, so let this be fair warning. Help is coming. So don't do something silly such as say, no, thank you, when help is offered to you. Do not let feelings of not being worthy or deserving get in the way. Do not allow your pride or need to be the giver interfere with this divine offering of assistance. You most certainly deserve it. Allow yourself to receive it. Just smile and say thank you. Just as this assistance comes to you, sometime soon, Spirit will call on you to provide a living hand of help to someone else. Those feel very relevant. There is a lot of worthiness that has risen to the surface in myself and a lot of people that I know around these eclipses. And there have also been, for me personally, quite a few moments of like, what the flying fuck? In terms of like interpersonal dynamics with people. Lots of people showing their true colors in order for us to go, oh, I really don't want to be aligned with you anymore. And allowing yourself to know that when the shit hits the fan, it's that's not easy for humans. When the shit hits the fan, celebrate, the Arcturians say. Basically, okay, allow the trash to take itself out. When people show you who they are, allow yourself to go, oh, thanks. And you can ask your guides, like, give me real clear knowing whether I should be in a relationship or in a dynamic where I work with this person or whatever it is, like, however that relationship is arriving in your life. Because truly, this is your life. This is your precious moment to be on planet Earth. You don't have to be in a relationship with someone because you feel like you should. You don't have to work for someone because you feel like you should. You don't even have to go to that barbecue this weekend because you feel like you said yes. You are allowed to change your motherfucking mind. And you don't have to explain anything to anyone. This is the people pleaser stuff. This is setting boundaries. And these are all things that I'm also on this journey with you working on. I've always just been a yes girl. And I recently realized that I really struggle to say no. And when I do try to say no, it's really flowery and it's actually not even that clear to people that I'm saying no. And I was like, oh, I thought I was really good at that. We're all learning and growing. Like on the grand scheme of how many lifetimes you've all lived, you're just a freaking toddler. Like you're literally a 2-year-old trying to fucking use the toilet and not shit your pants at kindy. And you're trying to navigate emotions that are really big. And then some of you actually have your own toddlers. Like, what the fuck? You are good mums and you are good people and you are good women and you are doing an amazing job at this incredibly challenging simulation. So take the pressure off and know that I'm here. I've got you. I love you. I'm in Telegram. I am not, I'm going to try and not be online this weekend because my God, do I need to simplify my own life? But I'm always thinking of you, and you guys are in my field. So there's a lot of support. And just know that wait until Monday to make any big decisions. I don't know much about the astrology of this eclipse, but it's really intense. So unless you get like God saying to you, do this in the clearest way possible, just don't worry about it. If you don't sit in the confusion, don't sit in that soup. Just go fucking drink a whiskey, see your friends, have a hot tub, touch some grass, get a massage, and love your fucking self. Even your mum tum. I'm not a mum and I have a mum tum. We're learning to be friends. Okay, I gotta go. I love you all. Oh my God, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. Thanks for loving my ridiculousness. I will see you in Telegram. Take care and be gentle.